Hello and welcome everyone to a Sacred Symbols reading. I'm your host, Desiree DeMars, and I'm checking the date, Monday, September 26th. Wow, I don't know where September went. I know it's been jam-packed with a lot of astrological activity, and I'm sure most of you are feeling this in some way, shape, or form, or if you're not, things are just happening sudden and unexpectedly because we are all being influenced by this triple conjunction and the effects of Jupiter expanding everything and Uranus kind of bringing things in suddenly and unexpectedly and affecting the greater field, the collective, if you will. So I know you're all feeling it in some way, shape, or form through the many changes, transformations, and shifts that are happening not only in your personal life, our personal lives, but also in our structures that we've depended on for stability, for strength, and just for functionality. And they are no longer functioning. In fact, the CDC has come out and said that their attempt or their approach to dealing with COVID has been a failure, and boosters are not effective. And there's I will post some information about that and what's going on there, because I know everybody has their own opinion about that, but the facts are out scientifically, and they have admitted that they need to restructure their entire organization. So there you go. It's a great reflection of what's really going on in the bigger picture. So I'm a little short on time this week. I've been out of town visiting with my mother, which has been wonderful, because I haven't seen her since COVID. But I'll just share a short reading with all of you. And so if you just join me in taking a deep, deep breath, and then take a few more deep cleansing breaths in through the nose, exhale through the mouth, just grounding you, bringing your presence, your awareness fully into the body. Imagine then as you breathe, and especially when you take a breath in through the nose, you hold it, allow that air to expand. You are activating your vagus nerve. And so activating, releasing, cleansing, clearing all the nerves along the vagal pathway. And you should be able to feel your head, neck, and jaw relax, your shoulders relax. And when you feel that connection all the way down to the center of the earth, you can be imagining a brilliant white light coming down from the heavens and now anchoring you into the divine feminine. And then feeling that energy flow back up in a spiral, if you will, in this unfolding of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and white spilling out over the top of your head, now expanding this rainbow light into your toroidal field, into all that is, so that you're grounded and you're able to expand even further, even more deeply into the superconscious awareness. And then last piece, just imagine a beautiful golden orb above your head. And that orb is anchored at both the right and left shoulders, and you have a sacred triangle, a golden triangle, which reflects in the hologram of all that is the sacred geometry that connects us all, that comprises us all, that fulfills this evolutionary process, this infinite and eternal connection. And as you feel that expansion, let's just, with gratitude and appreciation, acknowledge the emotional aspects of these chakras open, so that now all of our chakras are open, fully functioning, front and back, balanced and aligned. And we feel that in the emotions of joy, peace, and strength, courage at the heart, gratitude, humility, and divine love. Just feel that energy, those energies interplaying as we take our circle around the medicine wheel, acknowledging the east, the south, the west, the north, above, below, and the middle. And all of the elementals, earth, air, fire, water, ether, plasma, neutrinos, gammas, and all those elements yet unknown to man. Come and be with us. Come and be with us as we create a sacred circle for only the highest vibration, the highest frequencies of guidance, light, knowledge, wisdom, abundance, and joy. Come and be with us, all of our guides, angels, teachers, guardians, the seen and the unseen, the magical and the mystical, the two-legged, the four-legged, the many-legged, the winged ones, the finned ones, and the creepy crawlers. Come and be with us, all of our ancestors, those who've gone before us, lived a good life and transcended and are now here working on our behalf. Come and be with us. Come and be with us as we together co-creating the creator, the coders of our coding, right? Of our genetic code, of our realities. Come and be with us, all those whose names we do not know, but whose blood runs through our veins. May we connect with these ancestors from the past as far back as possible, present and future, into the future, at least 7 generations back and forth. Come and be with us as we sit in gratitude and appreciation for the gift of this divine information to flow through us, to flow through the symbols. So, with all that said, hold an intention for the reading and inquiry today and tap into something you want to receive insight for. I know we have a new moon. It's the perfect time. I want to say it was Pisces, but it could have been Libra. I'm a little off, like I said, on my calendar, on logical time, on 3D time. So I do know we're in a new moon. So it's the perfect time to create intention of what we want to see to come into fruition by the next new moon. In full faith, so be it. Aho. So just imagine whatever you were holding in your heart, it is now flowing through your breath. And I will shift the camera in a moment, but for now, just take a few deep breaths again. And then blow that intention deep from within your heart, now that it's in coherence with the brain. And we have activated ourselves to be in alignment from a place of an alpha or theta state, simply through the rattling to affirm what we started with the breath, and blow 3 times into the basket. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is shift to my other camera and share my screen. Share screen, here we go. Okay, share screen. Oops, you know what? Not the right screen, I don't think. Sorry about that. Let me try that again. Share screen. Okay, desktop. Oh no, I'm sorry. Advanced. That one always gets me. I want to make sure I get this right. There we go. And I will enlarge this to be full screen for you. So thanks for allowing me to get the tech in order. And hopefully you'll have a good image of this. But here we go. Wow, and it's really close today. Let me see. I'm going to raise this camera up just a bit so you get a little bit bigger picture, and then I don't have to move it so much for your viewing. So take a moment to see what jumps out at you. And those of you who've been following, you know that this is the inquiry here. In general, this is my starting point. But of course, we always look at where you are, which is fascinating. Today, it is right here next to the inquiry. In fact, this is an interesting configuration because it all kind of popped out together, is what I noticed when the pieces were falling, when the symbols were falling. It was pretty fascinating to see how they all kind of came together here. So here's your inquiry. The main theme, I would say, if you want to call it that, is like, what is happening? What's going on in your heart right now? What are you feeling, experiencing about possibly, I would say, even an expansion, a sense of expansion, and your awareness of your heart space, or what your emotional feelings, definitely what are your emotions, because we have this larger piece here is Nautilus. It is the element of water, and right at the center is your father. Wow. So to me and for me, and you may have a completely different interpretation of this, is, something, there's importance about connecting to my father. My father happens to be on the other side, or my relationship with my father and what's going on with that on that spiritual path that we share, this karma. It's all about creativity, like what your vision, how has your vision been tied to the masculine? You can also look at it that way. On the greater realms, it's about the masculine, the father representing that, of course, and it's about the vision. It's about the vision. How has that affected your vision? Because there the two of you are, your intention and you and your vision. This is a young one on your mother's side. Could be a brother or a sister or a young cousin, niece, nephew. But there's something here about insight of a greater level, right? The third eye. Something about also your third eye, be aware of that, because noticing back to the father idea, this is a sacred journey of the heart that you've had with this individual, whether you know them or not, because people always ask about that, about, it can represent both, right? Your adopted father, your birth father, but there is something underlying this about what is not yet created. This is the vision. Right? So what is not being seen? What has not been revealed? So there is something that has not been revealed yet, and it is coming into form. It's in process. So this is what you have to be aware of. And what's important is to call that in. This is rattle. And it's something about time. It is not quite time yet. We've got the two timekeepers. It's close, but it's kind of in the pause. Now, this has been coming up in many readings lately. It's like I say, the power is in the pause. After teaching yoga for 25 years, I found that, with breath work, it's not so much about the quality of the inhale or the exhale. Yes, we count those, we measure those for different breathing exercises. The true power is in that place between, right? And we know that is the all that is the magic, the mystery, the great mystery, right? Or in consciousness, we know it's the superconscious, right? It's the frequency of all that is. And so you've got the ancient ones really here on the outside, the outer edges, the maternal and paternal ancient ones really supporting this journey. It's a major journey, a soul's journey. It's forcing us, it's challenging us to find new ways to balance the mind, to become mastery, to have mastery, to become the masters, especially when these Uranian influences hit us, boom, suddenly and unexpectedly, and when the DNA, our DNA is changing, and it's bringing us to a higher level of conscious awareness on this life's journey. Because there's a Plutonian aspect of what's going on here, that you can't stop it. It's happening to all of us. It's something much bigger. It's happening to Gaia. It's happening to the planet. We are our solar system. We are moving toward another. We are going to someday, not in this lifetime, apparently, we may collide with it, or we will merge with it, whatever that means, right? This other galaxy, our galaxy is merging with another. And so we're feeling that process too, even though that's a huge shift, a long-term shift. But if you're sensitive, you feel it. It's a part of everything. We feel it in larger aspects of our life. Now, this is fascinating too. This is a big chunk. Again, it's mirroring this creative energy. It's essential. And this idea of this is the most fascinating thing ever. The fork in the road has your mother right through it. So our mothers, just tune into mother energy. Wow, I was just with my mom for a week, and this is fascinating. Fork in the road, mother, the feminine, mothers, the mothers in your life. Here at the center of the reading today is the number 1. So here we are again, reflecting this idea of creativity. And on the external aspect of this focused attention here in the reading, we have our star nations. So we're looking at the greater family and how that influences our birth family. We have grandmother on our paternal side, father's side, your father's mother, and the great ones. We've got a real, like a collection here of the paternal lineage. Very interesting. Really lending you energy for creativity, for insight, for wisdom, for moving forward into this process, a part of the process that's the soul's remembering, the soul's journey in remembering who we truly are. Now I'm pointing, and can you even see that? I'm sorry, here we go. Here's the mother. I think you could see that. Fork in the road, great ones, grandfather on your father's side, grandmother on your father's side. It's all about speaking truth, really maintaining a groundedness, really understanding what that means, and staying grounded, being grounded as much as possible. I know we all get thrown off, and that's just part of our nature, right? Here in 3D, and as a human, just things move, things change, things shift. It's a flow, it's a holo movement, right, of all things. And then just, I'm going to just go around the outer edge here, where just everything is being expanded, emphasized, right? Jupiter makes everything, bigger. So everything's going to feel intensified. But mostly I wanted to address this lock. So what I said about things being hidden, the key is, okay, again, your father's lineage. This is what we started about. Look at your emotions around that. And the key is, here's grandfather. The key is your paternal lineage, and looking at how grandfather influenced father, how great ones influenced grandfather, really. And this is your second chakra, and this idea of transfiguration, because it's changing at the core, at the root of you, at the home within yourself, right? It is changing. It is shifting. It's affecting your paternal lineage in a big way, or you can consciously do that. That's what Buddha is about, right? That you can consciously shift your awareness about the truth about suffering, that you made these choices. There's this karma to play out, and now it's playing out so that you can have clearer understanding, higher levels of understanding about your soul. This is soul retrieval or soul remembering, about the soul remembering. And so just know Jupiter's going to, expand everything, make everything feel bigger, more intense. And then we've got the feminine here, influenced by the sun and Saturn, the changes that are going through your physicality, okay, here, this physical aspect is so interesting. Here is the shaman, and the shaman had inside of it, it's on your blueprint, and it had this piece of about your work. This is the soul's work, the bigger work, the bigger work I was seeing here. And expressing that, here is Frog, our little, collective expansion, collective soul expansion. And he is just saying, it's all about clarity of mind. So having clarity of mind, protecting yourself, that's important right now. This is Dragon's Blood, and it's all about protection. So taking time for introspection, internal seeing, insights, being in and staying as much as you can also in a state of innocence, creativity, right? Because, and tapping into your passion, doing what you love. And that will ease this flow, this movement of this rebirth that we're all feeling. In fact, someone close to you may be going through a huge rebirth right now, but just allow that, that's part of your journey too. And this is Neptune. So some of it might feel a little cloudy, a little unfocused, but just know that it's moving, it's flowing, and it's about staying in that flow in order to reap the harvest, to stay rooted so that this blossom, this lotus blossom, or this beautiful flower can thrive, can come forth, right? Nurturing it at the roots so that the sea lily, this is sea lily, the little part of sea lily that was found on the desert floor but was once underwater, right? Again, showing us that everything transforms and changes. So the main theme back to, touching into the emotions, the divine feminine is, having the sacred union with the self. That's what we're all moving toward. And when we have that understanding and that divine union, these things will make complete sense on another level, on very different levels. So I'm sorry this is short today, but I've got another appointment here at 10. So I thank you for joining me. Bless you all, and I'll just fade away with a little bit of rattling to just take all that in and really feel it with gratitude and appreciation. Wow. Again, thank you for joining me. I'm going to stop my screen share and just say, again, thank you all for joining me. And I hope you have a wonderful full moon experience. And this gave you just a little taste. Again, I'm going to say, check on Pam Gregory's latest video for deeper levels of astrology information where I started out. Thank you again. Aho.